You, old self, must die for the new one to rise. There comes a moment in every person's journey when the old must be shed, not because it was wrong, but because it is no longer enough. The beliefs, habits, fears, and patterns that once protected you now limit you. To become who you are truly meant to be, you must let go of who you've been pretending to be. This is not death, it's a rebirth. This is not loss, it's divine transformation. And it begins with a decision, a sacred command to the universe. I am ready to let the old me die, so the real me can finally live. Are you ready? Then walk with me through 10 steps that will awaken your power, clear the clutter of the past, and make room for the life that has always been yours to claim. Recognize what no longer serves you. Before a tree can grow taller, it must shed the dead branches. Before the phoenix can rise, it must surrender to the fire. And before you can step into your greatest self, you must make a sacred inventory of all that has expired in your life. No matter how familiar, no matter how comforting it once seemed. Look around you, look within. Every belief you hold, every emotion you carry, every relationship you keep, every habit you maintain, is either building your future or binding you to your past. This is the moment where you stop pretending. This is the moment where you say, I am no longer available for what drains me. I am only available for what aligns with the highest version of myself. This is spiritual surgery. It may be uncomfortable, but it is necessary. The old you was built for survival, but the new you is built for expansion. Start by getting honest. Take a deep breath. Get still. No distractions, no justifications. Be radically honest with yourself. What stories are you telling yourself that limit you? What emotions are you addicted to? Resentment, fear, shame. What daily routines keep you locked in the same patterns of procrastination and small thinking? Who in your life represents an old identity that no longer reflects your growth? It takes courage to admit what no longer fits. But freedom begins with truth. Say to yourself, even if it once helped me survive, I now release what no longer helps me thrive. Let go of the illusion that you need to fix everything. You don't need to heal your past before moving forward. You just need to stop carrying it. Identify the weights you're carrying. Many of us carry burdens that were never ours to hold, expectations from others, generational beliefs, limiting ideas we absorbed in childhood. These become silent passengers in our lives, whispering, play it safe, don't dream too big, you're not ready. But those voices are echoes of a dying identity. You are not obligated to live according to the rules of a past version of yourself. Ask yourself, do I believe success only comes with struggle? Do I fear being seen or judged if I grow too much? Do I stay in cycles of chaos because peace feels unfamiliar? If the answer is yes, don't shame yourself. Instead, simply observe. Recognizing the false program is the first step in rewriting your life. Examine the patterns you repeat. Patterns are clues. If the same outcomes keep appearing, it's not because life is unfair. It's because something in your vibration, your energy, or your belief system is still magnetizing them. For example, if you keep attracting toxic relationships, it may be time to examine your sense of worth. If you always run out of money, maybe your subconscious still links abundance with guilt or fear. If you delay action, perhaps you've attached safety to staying invisible. Whatever the pattern is, recognize it, not as a curse, but as a teacher. It is showing you where the old self is still in control, and that awareness, that's your power. Release without resentment. Letting go doesn't mean hating your past, it means honoring it enough to evolve beyond it. The people who hurt you taught you boundaries. The mistakes you made taught you wisdom. The seasons of pain taught you how to feel and how to heal. So bless your past, but don't camp there. Don't wear the old identity like armor. You've outgrown it. Let it go with grace. Say it aloud. I release all outdated beliefs, behaviors, and bonds. I give myself permission to evolve. Visualize a clean slate. Now close your eyes. Imagine yourself standing in an open field, free of all distraction. You've dropped every heavy thought, every negative label, every outdated attachment. You are empty, and that emptiness is not loss, but potential. You are no longer bound to the old self. You are a clean slate. You are pure possibility. Feel how light you are. Feel how free you are. In this moment, nothing is holding you back. Now open your heart to a new command. I am ready to rise. Take inventory with love. You don't have to destroy the old self with judgment or hatred. You simply need to release it with love. Take out a journal and write down everything you're ready to let go of. It could be a habit, a limiting belief, a toxic attachment, or a story you've told yourself for years. For each item, write this next to it. Thank you for what you taught me. I now release you in peace. Let this practice be a ritual of renewal. The shift begins now. When you recognize what no longer serves you, you don't just declutter your life. You clear a sacred space for miracles to enter. The universe does not pour abundance into a crowded vessel. The divine cannot speak clearly when your soul is full of noise. So empty yourself. Choose clarity, choose freedom, choose growth. And remember, you don't need to fix the old version of yourself. You need to outgrow it. You don't need to rewrite the story. You need to start a new one. You don't need permission to rise. You just need to recognize that it's time. 2. Speak the death of the old self. Transformation doesn't begin with action. It begins with declaration. Nothing in the universe shifts until you speak with authority, until your voice breaks the old spiritual contract and announces, that version of me is dead. I no longer walk in their shadow. I am born again by choice. You must speak the death of the old self to breathe life into the new. Not just quietly in your mind, but boldly with your voice. Because your words are not merely sounds, they are commands to your reality. Your words tell your subconscious what to believe. Your words instruct your energy where to go. Your words become the blueprints of your future. Why you must speak it. Have you ever noticed how people who repeat the same problems over and over never seem to break free from them? That's because they speak from their struggle instead of speaking from their sovereignty. They say, I'm always tired. Money never stays with me. I can't trust anyone. That's just who I am. These are not innocent sentences. These are death sentences for the version of themselves they could have become. What you speak, you claim. What you speak, you feed. What you speak, you resurrect. If you keep speaking from the wounds of your old self, you breathe life into the very thing you're trying to bury. But when you declare, it is finished, the heavens listen. When you declare, that version of me is gone, your cells, your mind, your soul begin to align with the new identity you're stepping into. Bury the old identity with words of power. Every new version of you requires a funeral for the old one. Yes, a funeral. Not in grief, but in honor. Stand in your space, hands open, heart clear, and say, I speak now the death of my old identity. The one who feared rejection, the one who doubted her worth, the one who settled for less, the one who replayed past mistakes. That version of me is no longer needed. I release them with love. I bury them in peace. Say it again. Say it like you mean it. Speak it like it's law. Because it is. Words spoken in alignment with truth reshape reality. Sound is a spiritual technology. Ancient wisdom has always taught, in the beginning was the word. Sound is not just communication, it is creation. When you speak something, your vocal vibration interacts with the quantum field. It begins to reorganize the unseen forces of your life. You literally vibrate into a new dimension of being. This is why chanting, affirmations, prayer, and decrees have been used for centuries to shift energy. They are not rituals, they are technologies. Say it now. I am no longer who I was. I walk in divine authority. I call forth a new reality. I call forth a new reality. Now, break the spell of the old you. Your old self didn't just live through your actions, it lived through your self-talk, your inner dialogue, your repeated confession. Every time you said, I'm just not confident, I never have enough time, I'm bad with money, that's just how I've always been. You weren't describing reality. You were casting spells. Now it's time to break the spell. Say it clearly. I break every word curse I've spoken over myself. I cancel every agreement with fear, lack, and limitation. My tongue is now an instrument of power, not pity. This is spiritual liberation through speech. You don't fight the old identity, you declare it obsolete. Create a new verbal identity. Once you bury the old with your words, you must build the new the same way. Begin speaking like the person you are becoming, not the one you used to be. That means your language must elevate. Instead of saying I'm trying, say, I am doing. Instead of I'm working on it, say, it's already unfolding. Instead of I hope, say, I expect. Your future doesn't respond to weakness, it responds to certainty. Create a script for your new self. Speak it daily, out loud, in the mirror, in your journal, on your walk. Examples: I am powerful, I am supported, I am chosen, I am magnetic, I am in alignment, I am rising. Say it until your nervous system adjusts. Say it until your mind accepts it. Say it until your mind accepts it. Say it until the world reflects it. Program your subconscious through decree. Your subconscious mind does not question your words, it simply obeys. It doesn't care if what you say is true or false. It takes it all in as instruction. So if you keep speaking from doubt, your subconscious will create more reasons to doubt. But if you say with conviction, my path is clear, my life is changing, I am the one I've been waiting for, your subconscious will begin organizing your actions, thoughts, and behaviors to match that truth. Use this wisely. Speak with precision. Make your words your weapon, your tools, your medicine. Release the old voice of fear. Sometimes the old self speaks in whispers. You're not good enough. You're not ready. You're not ready. They won't accept you. That voice is not yours. It's borrowed from past programming, parents, teachers, culture, trauma. Now you must respond, not with submission, but with sovereignty. Say, that voice is not my own. I no longer listen. I am led by power, not by fear. I am led by truth, not by wounds. Speak louder than your doubt. Declare the end of hesitation. Declare the birth of certainty. Speak life. Speak light. Speak light. Speak now. The death of your old self is not the end. It is the soil from which your new self will rise. And your words, they are the seeds. Plant them boldly. Speak them faithfully. Say daily, I am walking into the greatest chapter of my life. Every cell in my body vibrates with purpose and possibility. The old has passed. I am reborn. Let these be the morning prayers of your new self. End with this declaration. Now repeat this aloud as a sacred decree. The old me is gone. I no longer carry what I once needed to survive. I rise as the version of me who lives, thrives, creates, and receives. I speak my truth with power. I call forth my destiny. I walk as one who has already risen. Let your voice be the sound of transformation. Let your breath be the wind that clears the past. Let your words become the rhythm of your rebirth. And Tao, the old self is no more. You have spoken it. And so it is. 3. Create a clear vision for the new you. The old self fades when the new vision becomes stronger. To rise, you must see beyond your current reflection. You must train your spiritual eye to behold the version of yourself that is waiting, already complete, already radiant, already victorious. Until you have a clear inner image, your outer world will keep reflecting confusion. Your transformation does not begin with what you have, it begins with what you see. You cannot walk into the life of your dreams without first walking through the gateway of vision. Imagination, the womb of creation. Your imagination is not just fantasy, it is the blueprint of reality. Everything that exists in the physical world was once invisible. It lived first in someone's mind, in their belief, in their expectation. You don't need permission to imagine a new version of yourself, you simply need intention. See yourself as Dakov, radiant, in health, overflowing with abundance, strong in spirit, bold in purpose, magnetic in presence, peaceful in mind, divinely supported in all things. When you hold that image long enough, clearly enough, and lovingly enough, the universe begins to rearrange circumstances to match it. You become a magnet not by effort but by vision. Define the new you in detail. The more specific your vision, the faster it manifests. The universe doesn't respond to vague hopes, it responds to clear intention. So ask yourself, what does the new version of me believe about life? How does she speak to herself? How does he walk into a room? What kind of energy do I carry? What habits do I practice daily? What kind of relationships surround me? How do I make others feel? Now, write it out, journal it, speak it, meditate on it. Let it become your inner movie on replay. You're not just imagining, you're activating a new dimension. Build your inner mirror. Most people see themselves through the lens of the past, mistakes, labels, trauma, limitation. But now it's time to see yourself through the eyes of spirit. through the lens of truth. In this inner mirror, you are not broken, you are rebuilding, you are not lost, you are becoming, you are not late, you are right on time. Stand in front of a real mirror and declare, I now see the true me. I honor her power. I respect his purpose. I align with this divine identity. Make your inner mirror your first home before the world has a chance to reflect anything back. Morning vision ritual. Every morning, before touching your phone or speaking to the world, see yourself. Close your eyes. Take a deep breath. Visualize the new you walking into your day. Confident, focused, calm, joyful, unbothered by chaos, attracting blessings like a magnet. Say aloud, today I walk as my highest self. I expect good. I radiate power. I create on purpose. Do this daily, and your vibration will begin to override your past identity. The vision will become stronger than the memory. Kiblis, align your actions with your vision. A vision without alignment is just a wish. You must act, speak, and choose as if you are already that version of yourself. This means, make decisions from your new identity, not your old fear. Dress, walk, and carry yourself like the person you are becoming. Surround yourself with energy that supports your expansion. Say no to what your future self would never tolerate. Ask yourself throughout the day, is this thought, this choice, this reaction, in alignment with the vision of me? If the answer is no, pause, redirect, reclaim your alignment. You are either reinforcing the old you or rehearsing the new you. Choose wisely. Guard your vision from doubt. There will be moments when the old identity whispers, this isn't who you are, you're faking it. What if it doesn't work? Recognize those voices for what they are, ghosts of your former self, and you are not required to entertain them anymore. Respond with power. This is who I truly am. I'm not pretending, I'm remembering. Guard your vision like a sacred flame. Don't let temporary emotions blow it out. Every doubt is just an invitation to reaffirm your direction. Rehearse your future with feeling. Your vision becomes powerful when it is charged with emotion. It's not enough to see the new you must feel what it's like to be them. So close your eyes and step into that future. Feel the peace of knowing you're enough. Feel the excitement of living on purpose. Feel the love flowing through your relationships. Feel the strength in your body, your mind, your soul. Anchor that emotion in your body. Let it linger. Let it expand. Your feelings are the proof that your vision is real. Niru. Rewire your identity daily. Each time you return to the vision of your new self, you are rewiring your nervous system, your beliefs, your pattern. Your brain begins to create new neural pathways that support the identity you're choosing. What you rehearse internally becomes what you express externally. That's why repetition is your superpower. Daily, return to your vision, not because it isn't here, but because you are tuning your frequency to match it. Make room for miracles. When your vision becomes clear, the universe responds with clarity. Opportunities appear. Synchronicities unfold. People enter your path who match your new vibration. But this only happens when you're willing to let go of what contradicts the vision. Let go of self-doubt. Let go of proving yourself. Let go of past roles you've outgrown. And most of all, let go of needing to deserve. Your vision is not earned. It is revealed. It was always yours. You're not becoming someone new. You're becoming someone real. Final affirmation for step 3. Now say this aloud, and let every cell in your body absorb it. I hold a clear, radiant, powerful vision of who I truly am. I see myself rising. I see myself shining. I see myself thriving. My mind is aligned. My energy is magnetic. My life is catching up to the vision I now carry. I no longer entertain confusion. I walk in clarity. I walk in purpose. I walk in power. And so it is. 4. Burn the bridge behind you. There comes a moment in every transformation when the path forward requires more than belief. It requires commitment. No halfway energy. No 1 foot in, 1 foot out. No safety net from the past. To step fully into your new identity, you must burn the bridge behind you. Because as long as the old self has a back door, you will always question the front one. This is where you cross a line and say, I am never going back. I have outgrown that version of me. I will not shrink to fit the old mold. That bridge has served its purpose, and now it must burn. This is not destruction, it is liberation. Why you must burn the bridge. The old identity was built for survival, for approval, for comfort, but comfort is the enemy of change. Familiarity is often the disguise of fear. If you're serious about becoming your higher self, you must close the exit routes to your past. The excuses, the toxic patterns, the draining relationships, the familiar habits that kept you small. When a soldier crosses a battlefield and burns the bridge behind them, they do it not out of anger, but out of resolve. Because retreat is no longer an option, you must treat your past the same way, honor it, thank it, then burn the bridge. Cutting ties with the old energy. Burning the bridge is about energetic detachment. It doesn't mean you hate who you were, it means you no longer give energy to that expired version. This includes old beliefs, like I'm not good enough, or it's too late, old stories you've told to justify staying stuck, old commitments made out of guilt, not alignment, old behaviors that sabotage your progress. Imagine each of these as ropes tied to your body. They may feel familiar, but they are holding you back. Now imagine taking spiritual scissors and cutting each rope one by one. Say aloud, I release this, it is no longer mine to carry. Feel the weight lift. This is what freedom feels like. Stop checking the rearview mirror. You cannot drive forward if your eyes are glued to the rearview mirror. Every time you revisit the old version of yourself, whether through regret, comparison, or nostalgia, you slow down your momentum. Ask yourself, why do I keep returning to the past? Am I addicted to the pain because it's familiar? Do I secretly fear who I might become? The truth is, you can't rise while romanticizing your old wounds. The past is a chapter, not the whole book. Say to yourself, the old story is over. I no longer read from that script. I'm writing a new one now with bold strokes. Close the book, light the match, let it burn, eliminate the option of going back. True transformation demands that you eliminate the fallback plan. If you're still keeping the old number, the old mindset, the old behaviors just in case, you're not all in. Ask yourself honestly, what am I holding on to just in case this doesn't work? Where am I still seeking comfort in my old identity? That just-in-case energy will cost you your destiny. You must declare, even if this new path feels uncertain, I will not go back. The old way is no longer home. Burning the bridge doesn't mean it was wrong, it means it's done. Bless and release what you're leaving behind. Letting go is easier when done in love. Before burning the bridge, stand at its edge one last time. Breathe in, look at what it gave you. Say out, thank you for who I was. Thank you for what I learned. Thank you for helping me survive. But now I choose to live. Gratitude purifies the departure. It ensures you don't carry residue from your old self into your new life. Say goodbye with honor, then walk away. Don't look back, don't explain, don't apologize, because the future doesn't need justification, it needs present. Giptels. Build a life where the past doesn't fit. Now intentionally create a life that makes the old you uncomfortable. Design a reality that stretches you into expansion. That may look like saying yes to opportunities that scare you, being around people who challenge your limited beliefs, creating new routines that your old self would avoid, speaking truths your old self would have hidden. Make decisions that only your higher self would make. Build a world where the old you wouldn't survive, not because it's cruel but because it's too expansive. This is how rebirth happens, not by dragging the old into the new, but by building something the old you was never qualified to enter. Rewire your commitment daily. Even after burning the bridge, the old self might still whisper, maybe it wasn't so bad back there. That's when you remind yourself why you left, what you're walking toward, who you are becoming. You don't have to fight the voice, just override it. Say out, that version of me no longer exists. I am committed to rising. I am worthy of the new. I am strong enough to walk forward. The more you reaffirm, the weaker the old voice becomes. Eventually it fades into silence. Declare your irrevocable decision. This is your moment, your crossing, your sacred commitment. Stand up, open your heart, and say with full authority, today I burn the bridge behind me. I eliminate the option to retreat. I choose growth over comfort. I choose my future over my past. I choose my divine self over the survival self. I am fully, deeply, eternally committed to the new version of me. Then close your eyes and visualize the bridge burning, not with pain, but with light. Watch the flames dissolve what no longer serves you. Watch the smoke carry away the lies you once believed. Watch the fire cleanse the path for your rebirth. Now turn around, face the open space ahead. Step forward without hesitation. The old road is gone. The old self is gone. Only greatness remains. 5. Take aligned action. Every day, you've spoken the death of your old self. You've created a radiant vision. You've burned the bridge behind you. But none of that matters. If you don't move, if you don't act, your dream remains a dream. If you don't move your feet, your vision becomes a fantasy. If you don't live what you believe, it will die inside your imagination. Transformation is not just spiritual, it's practical. It's not just energetic, it's embodied. This step is the bridge between belief and reality, between seeing the new you and becoming it. You must now take aligned action every day. What is aligned action? Aligned action is not hustle, it's not busyness, it's not chasing. It is intentional movement in the direction of your higher self. It's doing what the future you would do now. It's rooted in clarity, fueled by purpose, and backed by spiritual certainty. Aligned action says, I no longer wait for motivation, I act from identity. This is how the new you becomes real, not in a distant tomorrow, but through what you choose today. Small steps build massive shifts. The new you doesn't arrive through one big breakthrough. It arrives in 1,000 small moments of alignment. Waking up early instead of sleeping through your purpose. Speaking up in that meeting instead of shrinking into silence. Choosing the healthy meal instead of the habitual escape. Writing the first page, filming the first video, making the first call. Declining the invitation that drains you, and choosing rest or creation instead. None of these actions are dramatic, but over time, they stack, and when repeated daily, they become your identity. Your life doesn't change when you get lucky. It changes when you get consistent. When action declares who you are, you can affirm all day, you can visualize all night. But if you don't take action, your energy has no direction. Action is how you vote for the reality you believe in. Every time you choose action aligned with your vision, you're casting a spiritual vote. I believe in the new me. Every time you act from fear, delay, or habit, you vote for the old story. The universe doesn't respond to thoughts alone. It responds to embodied belief. So ask yourself each morning, what does my higher self need me to do today? Then do it, not for results, but for alignment. The power of repetition. Repetition creates rhythm, and rhythm becomes your new normal. The old self was a pattern of thought and behavior. To replace it, you must install new patterns through consistent, aligned action. You don't need to take 100 steps today, you just need to take one every day. And if you fall, get up and take another. Consistency is not perfection, it's devotion. It's saying, even if I missed yesterday, I will honor myself today. This is not a performance, it's a practice. Inspired action versus forced action. Aligned action is not about grinding through your days, it's about tuning in, then moving forward with clarity. That means you don't act from stress, fear, or urgency. You act from peace, intuition, and trust. Ask yourself, what am I feeling called to do right now? Is this action aligned with the vision of who I am becoming? Am I acting from fear of failure, or love for my future? When your actions are inspired, they feel natural, even if they're uncomfortable. Uncomfortable doesn't mean wrong. It often means you're growing. Action changes identity. Here's the truth. You don't need to feel confident to act. You gain confidence by acting. You don't need to feel worthy to make the change. You affirm your worth through the change. Every time you take aligned action, you prove to your subconscious, not by waiting to feel different, but by acting differently. You walk like the new you. You speak like the new you. You spend your time like the new you. You move like your future is already unfolding. And soon, it is. Break through the resistance. Every rising soul meets resistance. The voice of the old self may whisper, "You're not ready. What's the point? Who do you think you are?" Ignore it, or better, thank it. Because resistance means you're on the edge of transformation. Take the action anyway. Feel the fear and do it aligned. Resistance will lose its power when it realizes you move forward regardless. Courage is not the absence of fear, it is the choice to act in the presence of it. Progress over perfection. Do not wait for the perfect moment, the perfect mindset, the perfect plan. Take imperfect, aligned action. You will learn more by doing than you ever will by overthinking. Let failure teach you. Let discomfort refine you. Let the process unfold you. What matters is not that every step is perfect, but that every step is intentional. You are not chasing success. You are embodying truth. Genius, ritualize your daily actions. Anchor your identity through daily sacred routines. Morning intention. What does my highest self choose today? Afternoon reflection. Am I acting from alignment or habit? Evening gratitude. What aligned action did I take today? These rituals root your growth. They keep your vision active. They make your path sacred. Let every day be a vote for your rebirth. Let every choice be a brushstroke painting your new life. Final declaration for step 5. Now speak this aloud, with full conviction. I no longer wait to become. I act as the version of me who already is. I align my thoughts, my words and my actions with my highest self. Each step I take builds the foundation for my transformation. I do not need to feel ready. I choose to move. I do not need certainty. I walk in faith. I take aligned action every day, and the universe matches me step for step. This is who I am now, and I move accordingly. Take the step today, because the life you desire is already in motion, waiting for you to meet it with action. 6. Reprogram your inner dialogue. There's a voice that speaks inside your mind. It never sleeps. It never rests. It never stops narrating your life. And here's the truth. That voice is either building your new self or resurrecting your old one. No transformation is complete without mastering it. No rise is possible if your inner voice still echoes the language of limitation. You can change your clothes, change your job, change your habits, but if you don't change the conversation in your mind, the old self will whisper you back into mediocrity. Now is the moment to take authority over that voice and reprogram your inner dialogue. Your words are building your world. Every word you think, every sentence you repeat, is planting a seed in the soil of your subconscious. You say, I'm tired, I can't do this, it never works for me, I'm just not that kind of person, and your life bends around those phrases like a tree to the wind. What if you realize that those thoughts are not descriptions, but instructions? Your mind is always listening, and it's creating what you keep repeating. So let me ask you, what have you been instructing it to create? Your voice is learned, not fixed. You were not born with self-doubt, you were taught it. You were not born afraid of success, you absorbed it. The inner critic is not your true voice. It's a collection of others. Parents, teachers, media, trauma. But just as you were taught fear, you can now teach yourself faith. Just as you were trained to expect struggle, you can retrain your mind to expect ease, grace, and growth. You don't have to believe every thought you think. You are not the voice in your head. You are the one who hears it. Now you become the one who shapes it. Reprogram through conscious language. Your transformation begins with conscious language. You no longer speak from where you were. You speak from where you are going. From now on, replace I can't with I am becoming able. Replace it's hard with I am being strengthened. This is not delusion, it's decision. You are choosing to narrate your life in a way that aligns with the truth of your potential, not the illusion of your past. Repetition is reprogramming. Your subconscious is like fertile soil. It doesn't care what you plant, it just grows what is repeated. So if you've spent years repeating limitation, it's time to override it with power, purpose, and possibility. I am aligned with abundance. I trust the timing of my journey. I am worthy of success and joy. Until your inner voice becomes your inner cheerleader, visionary, and guide. Silence the saboteur. The old self doesn't die quietly. It will try to speak through fear. It will say, this is too good for someone like you. Let it speak, but don't engage. Observe it. Then answer, that's the old voice. That's not me anymore. And replace it immediately with a higher truth. I am rising now. I am not who I was. I walk in purpose. I speak with power. The moment you answer the saboteur with love and firmness, you break its grip. Build your identity one word at a time. Your identity is not fixed. It's fluid. It is formed through daily choices and repeated self-talk. If you want to become the new version of yourself, you must speak the language that version uses. Ask yourself, how does the new me talk about money? How does the new me think about setbacks? How does the new me speak about love, health, destiny? Then practice that voice, even if it feels strange at first. Because here's the truth. Confidence is not the absence of fear. It's the familiarity with your new voice. Speak like your future self, until it feels like home. Use affirmations as weapons of light. Affirmations are not cute quotes. They are spiritual weapons. When used correctly, they destroy doubt. They break patterns. They rewire reality. But they must be felt. They must be spoken with conviction. Don't just say, everything I need is within me. I cannot fail. Because I am backed by truth, by power and by purpose. Let your affirmations shake your soul. Gaways, create a power script. Here's your daily weapon. Write a power script. A paragraph that speaks your new truth. Say it every morning, every night, before any challenge. Example, I am not my past. I am not my fear. I am the living embodiment of power, clarity and love. I rise with purpose. I walk with strength. I am becoming more of who I was born to be every single day. The old self has no voice here. I speak truth. I speak vision. I speak life. Write your own. Make it personal. Make it passionate. Let it replace the noise of old stories with the melody of your rising. Surround yourself with aligned voices. Your internal voice is shaped by your external environment. So surround yourself with content, people, and energy that echoes your new self. Listen to empowering messages daily. Read books that speak to your higher self. Disconnect from toxic conversations. Protect your mental diet like your life depends on it. Because it does. The more your external world reflects your inner transformation, the faster your internal voice evolves. Final declaration for step 6. Speak this aloud with fire in your soul. I am now the guardian of my inner voice. I reprogram my thoughts with truth and love. I reject the language of fear and replace it with words of power. My inner dialogue reflects the highest version of me. I do not wait to feel different. I speak differently, and my feelings follow. My words are creative, my voice is sacred, and I now speak the life I desire into existence. You are not just changing your words, you are building your world one sentence at a time. The old inner voice is dying, and a new aligned voice is rising. A voice that speaks from vision, not memory, and when that voice becomes your new default, the world must obey. 7. Detach from the outcome. Surrender to the process. You've set your vision. You've rewritten the script, you've started becoming someone new. But now comes a moment of great power and great temptation. The temptation to control how it all unfolds. You want the dream now, you want the evidence now, you want the transformation to be visible, tangible, and confirmed. But here's the truth, you can't control the outcome, you're not meant to. And the moment you try, you step back into fear, into the old self. Let this step be the turning point where you learn to let go, not out of defeat, but out of divine trust. Letting go is not giving up. Understand this. Detachment is not passivity. It's not laziness. It's not resignation. It's the boldest move you can make, because it says, I have done the inner work. Now I release the how and when. It's surrendering, not to fate, but to a higher order that is always on time. Your role is not to force. Your role is to align. And then, the old self clings, the new self trusts. The old you needs proof before peace. The new you chooses peace before proof. The old you chases, the new you attracts. The old self says, at ease, why isn't it here yet? At you, and maybe I'm doing it wrong. I need to try harder. But the new self says, at ease, it's already mine. It's unfolding. I rest in knowing. Because when you truly become the version of yourself who already has it, you stop grasping. Grasping is a signal to the universe that you don't believe it's real. Let go of the need to micromanage the miracle. Let go of the obsession with timelines. Your job is to embody, not to engineer. Trust the invisible growth. Think of a seed. planted in the soil, you don't dig it up every day to check if it's growing. You water it, you trust the process, you give it light. And one day, without warning, it breaks through the surface. You didn't make it grow. You made the conditions right for growth. And the same goes for your manifestation. Your desires are spiritual seeds. They grow underground first, unseen, quiet, mysterious. Just because you don't see movement doesn't mean nothing is happening. Sometimes the greatest transformations are invisible until they're not. Obsession is a symptom of doubt. If you're constantly checking, measuring, comparing, calculating, you're operating from fear, not faith. Obsession whispers, what if it doesn't come? What if this doesn't work? Maybe I need to beg harder. But surrender whispers, it is already done. Obsessing chokes the blessing. Surrender creates the space for it to arrive. So if you've been clutching your desire with anxious fists, open your hands. It is not running from you, it's being arranged for you. Your job is not to judge the path. Your job is to keep walking it with grace. Ask yourself, can you still feel joy while you wait? Can you still be grateful without results? Can you still show up even when nothing appears to be changing? Because when you detach, the miracle comes not as relief from doubt, but as confirmation of faith. Ears act as if, then let it go. Manifestation is not wishing. It's alignment in action. You act as if it is already yours. You speak as if it is already done. You feel as if it is already happening. And then you let go. Just like ordering food at a restaurant. You place the order once. You don't call the waiter every 30 seconds to check on it. You talk, you laugh, you trust the kitchen. You expect the food to come, because you know it's being prepared. Your desire is being prepared right now. Stay at the table, live your life, let it come to you. You can say, I let go of the how. I surrender the timing. I am already aligned. I now receive with grace. Make this a daily spiritual practice. Write your desires on paper, then burn the paper. Or place it in a God box. Or release it into the wind, the ocean, the air. These rituals anchor the truth that you don't need to control to receive. They remind your nervous system. You are safe in the unknown. And Kickless. Let inner peace be the sign. Here's the paradox. When you detach, you don't stop caring. You just stop needing. And that creates space. The most magnetic state is peace. Not craving. Not begging. Not grasping. When you're calm inside, you open the gateway for things to flow in. So measure your alignment, not by what shows up, but by the calm you feel before it does. That's how you know you've stepped into the new self. Detachment unlocks divine timing. Sometimes the delay is divine. The thing you want may require one more lesson, one more shift in belief, one more divine connection to be made. And you may not understand it now, but you will. The universe is not late. You are right on time. When you detach, you allow it to arrive at the perfect moment. And it often shows up when you've stopped watching the clock, because now, you are the version of you that can receive it. Final declaration for Step 7. Say this with boldness. I now release all need to control the outcome. I trust in the unseen workings of the universe. My job is to align, not to obsess. I surrender the timeline. I surrender the how. I remain faithful in the in-between. My peace is proof that I am ready. What is mine is on its way, and I now receive it with open arms and a calm heart. You don't need to chase what is meant for you. You need to become the version of you who lets it come. Detachment is not losing power. It is unlocking a deeper power that says, I trust. I know, I allow. And that's when the universe rushes in with a whisper. You're ready now. 8. Release energetic ties to the old you. You cannot step into the new while still being energetically chained to the old. No matter how much you speak affirmations, no matter how many goals you write down, if you are still emotionally connected to your former identity, you will recreate it over and over again. Transformation is not just about stepping forward, it's about cutting ties to what no longer belongs. You are not just moving toward a new version of yourself. You are disengaging from everything that vibrates on the old frequency, and that requires a sacred act of courage. Dingy. Old beliefs have roots in the nervous system. Let's be honest. Old beliefs don't just sit in your mind, they live in your body. You may have declared a new beginning, but somewhere inside a whisper says, don't forget the pain. What if you fail again? Stay small, it's safer there. These whispers don't come from the future, they are echoes of your past. You've practiced those doubts for years. You've emotionally rehearsed fear, failure, shame. So even when you consciously choose a new self, your nervous system still clings to the old one. That's why this step is so crucial. You're not just thinking differently, you're releasing trapped emotional energy that ties you to who you used to be. But you still carry the guilt of a childhood mistake. You say you want to be rich, but you still resent those who have money. You say you want to be loved, but your heart still aches from past betrayals. These are energetic cords, invisible, but powerful. They act like anchors, pulling you back the moment you start to rise. Until you cut those cords, you will keep sabotaging your progress without knowing why. The power of energetic release. Here is the truth. To become someone new, you must grieve who you used to be, not with regret, but with reverence. Because even your old patterns, your old choices, your old self, they were trying to protect you. They were coping mechanisms. They were survival tools. But now you are ready to evolve. Now you are ready to let go. Release is not rejection, it is liberation. How to release energetic ties. There are 4 powerful ways to release energy from the old self. 1. Emotional expression. Let the emotion come. Don't judge it. Don't suppress it. Cry. Scream. Write. Dance. Move the emotion out of your body. Unexpressed energy stays trapped and becomes your personality. But once released, it frees up your inner space. 2. Forgiveness. This is one of the most powerful energetic cleansers. Not for them, for you. Forgive the version of you who didn't know better. Forgive the people who hurt you. Forgive the life that seemed unfair. Because holding on to resentment ties you to your past. Forgiveness cuts that tie clean. Say it aloud. I release you. I set myself free. There are 3. Identity cleansing. Go deeper. Ask yourself, what labels am I still holding? What stories am I still attached to? What identities no longer serve me? Then do a symbolic act. Burn an old journal. Write a goodbye letter to your old self. Even delete photos, emails, or messages that carry that energy. When you cleanse the physical, you cleanse the energetic. 4. Daily energy realignment. Start each day with intention. I do not carry yesterday into today. Use affirmations like, I cut all energetic cords to who I used to be. I am no longer emotionally tied to my past. I walk in freedom, not memory. Even 5 minutes a day of inner silence can realign your energy. Let the past fall off you like old skin. You were never meant to wear it forever. You may have worn masks to fit in, stay safe, be accepted, but the new version of you doesn't need masks. They need truth. So go to the mirror, look into your eyes, and say goodbye to the old identity with love. I honor you, you protected me, but now I no longer need you. I step into truth, power, and freedom. Doors must close before new ones open. You cannot carry every version of yourself into the future. Some doors must close, some friendships must end, some environments must be left behind. It's not betrayal, it's alignment. The more you cling to who you were, the less room you make for who you're becoming. And that means you must walk away from the people, habits, and choices that match your old frequency. Not because you hate them, but because you finally love yourself enough to rise. Perform a release ritual. Create a sacred moment. Light a candle. Speak aloud everything you are ready to release. Then say, I bless and release the past. I am no longer bound by it. I am free. Extinguish the candle, symbolizing the closing of that chapter. Let it be done in your mind, in your body, in your soul. Separable. Embody the energy of freedom. After you release the old, don't rush to fill the space. Sit with it. Feel the lightness. Feel the freedom. From this space of clean energy, you can now plant new intentions. Not tainted by fear, not haunted by memory. Just pure aligned creation. Final declaration for step 8. Say this boldly. I now release all energetic ties to who I used to be. I cut the cords of fear, guilt, and limitation. I forgive the past, bless the old, and claim the new. I am free. I am aligned. I am whole. The version of me I choose now is already vibrating in harmony with my desires, and I step into it fully starting now. This is not just emotional healing. This is energetic rebirth, because once you release the invisible ties, you will rise faster, lighter, freer than you ever imagined. Let the past bless you, but not bind you. You are not who you were. You are becoming who you were always meant to be. 9. Speak only what you want to create. There is no tool more powerful than your words. Not your effort, not your willpower, not even your imagination, because your words are the vibrational commands you send out to the universe. Every sentence you speak, every thought you affirm aloud, is a seed planted in the soil of your reality. And whether you whisper it or shout it, the law is the same. Whatever you declare consistently, you begin to live. That's not superstition. That's creation in action. Words are the activation code of manifestation. We live in a spoken world. Genesis didn't say, and God thought it into existence. It said, let there be light. And there was light. The power is not in the thought alone. The power is in the spoken decree. Your voice carries authority. Not because it's loud, but because it is spirit translated into sound. When you speak, you shape form from formlessness. That is why you must become intentional with your words. Every complaint you utter, every fear you give voice to, every limitation you speak aloud, you are breathing life into it. Braille, your mouth must match your vision. You cannot say I'm so broke and expect to receive financial blessing. You cannot say I'm always alone and expect divine love to find you. You cannot say I never succeed and expect success to make its home in your life. Your words and your vision must walk hand in hand. They must be allies, not enemies. Your mouth must become a mirror of your desires, not your doubts. Stop giving voice to what you don't want. This is the critical mistake. People affirm what they don't want more than what they do. They say things like, I hope I don't get sick. I'm scared I'll lose this. I can't afford that. Nothing ever works for me. These aren't harmless phrases. They are vibrational agreements. Every time you speak them, you sign a contract with the reality you're trying to avoid. Words are spiritual contracts. Speak lack, you attract lack. Speak fear, you empower fear. Speak love, you magnetize love. The universe is always listening. It doesn't hear your wishes, it hears your words. It'll make your mouth a wand, not a weapon. You have a choice. Your voice can be a wand that builds or a weapon that destroys. You can speak in a way that calls forth healing, abundance, peace, or you can reinforce struggle, disease, and lack. Every word you speak shapes your internal chemistry and your external environment. That is not metaphor. That is biology and spirituality combined. So ask yourself, is what I'm saying matching the future I claim I want? If not, it's time to upgrade your language. Juanad. Words become flesh in body and reality. The phrase the word became flesh isn't just poetic, it's literal. Your words affect your cells, your hormones, your energy field. Speak stress, you feel stress. Speak peace, you activate peace. But more than that, your words form a frequency that the quantum field picks up, and then begins to mirror back into your world. That's why it's not enough to silently want things. You must speak them into existence. Want health? Say, I am radiantly healthy and strong. Want wealth? Say, money flows to me easily and constantly. Want love? Say, I am deeply loved and fully accepted. Do not wait for evidence. Your words create the evidence. Juanat. Build a new reality with affirmative speech. Start declaring your desires as if they are already real. Not in the future, not someday, but now. Here are powerful phrases to practice daily. Gipe, I live in divine alignment. Everything I need comes to me at the perfect time. Gipe, I release all fear and trust the process. I am enough. I have enough. I do enough. My life is a reflection of abundance and joy. Speak them morning, noon, and night. Say them until your body believes. Say them until your emotions align. Say them until your reality catches up. Juant. Speak to yourself with power. You are always speaking, especially to yourself. The most dangerous words are not what others say to you, it's what you say to yourself in private. Watch the inner critic, challenge the self-doubt. Refuse to speak defeat into your spirit. Replace, duplay, I can't do this. I'm being prepared to do this powerfully. Do power. I'm not good enough. I'm exactly who I need to be right now. You, what if I fail? What if I fail? What if I rise? This isn't delusion. This is divine alignment. You are teaching your subconscious who you are now becoming, and the subconscious always obeys the voice it hears most. Let that voice be one of victory. Speak what you want even when it feels fake. At first, you'll feel silly, saying you're rich when your bank is empty, saying you're loved when you feel lonely, saying you're healthy when your body aches, but speak it anyway. Why? Because the word must go forth before the form appears. You don't wait for the change, you speak the change, and the vibration you release will begin rearranging circumstances, attracting people, shifting outcomes. That's how the spiritual world works. Speak it, and keep speaking it, until your world has no choice but to match. Final declaration for step 9. Say this now, with boldness. I now align my words with my highest reality. I speak only what I choose to experience. I do not affirm fear. I do not declare lack. I speak abundance. I speak wholeness. I speak victory. My words are law. My speech is sacred. I shape my reality with every declaration. From this day forward, my voice becomes my wand, and with it, I create the life of my divine design. This is not positive thinking. This is spiritual power through intentional speech. You are not here to echo your reality. You are here to command it. Speak only what you want to see, and watch how quickly the world rearranges in your favor. 10. Live today as if it's already done. You have journeyed far. You have shed your old self, rewritten your inner voice, surrendered to the process, and cut the energetic cords that held you back. Now the final and perhaps the most powerful step awaits you. It is the step of embodiment. To truly rise, to truly become your new self, you must begin to live today as if your transformation is already complete. Not someday, not when you get there, but right now in this moment. Why living as if is the ultimate secret. When you live as if, you declare a profound truth to your subconscious mind and to the universe. I am already the person I want to be. This declaration is not fantasy or wishful thinking. It is the language of creation itself. Because the universe does not know time as you do. It recognizes vibration. It recognizes feeling. When you feel as if your desires have already manifested, you send out a frequency that draws those realities to you. Embodiment aligns your mind, body, and spirit. Living as if is not only a mental exercise, it's a holistic practice that aligns your entire being. Your thoughts, your emotions, your actions, they all begin to match the reality you want to live. Your body carries confidence because you carry confidence. Your energy exudes abundance because you embody abundance. Your spirit shines with peace because you are at peace within. This alignment is magnetic. It makes you irresistible to opportunities, relationships, and miracles. Drop the mask of not yet. So often people live in a suspended state of not yet. I'm not successful yet. I'm not healed yet. I'm not loved yet. This not yet mentality keeps you stuck in the past and waiting for a future that feels distant. But what if you drop that mask? What if you choose right now to act as the person you will become? How to live today as if it's already done. Dress the part. Wear clothes that make you feel powerful and confident, even if it's just for yourself. When you look good, you feel good. When you feel good, your vibration rises. Speak with authority. Use confident, positive language about yourself and your future. I am capable. I am worthy. I am successful. Carry yourself like you already own your place in the world. Say. Make decisions from your future self. Ask yourself, what would the confident, abundant me do right now? Then choose accordingly. Set boundaries. Protect your energy as your future self. Say no to what no longer serves you. Say yes to what supports your vision. Celebrate small wins. Honor every step forward. This fuels momentum and solidifies your new identity. Retrain your brain with daily practices. Incorporate daily habits that reinforce your new reality. Visualization. Imagine your day unfolding exactly as your future self desires. Affirmations. Speak powerful affirmations aligned with your goals. Gratitude. Feel grateful for the reality you're creating now. The power of feeling. Remember, the universe responds to feeling more than words. So live with emotion. Feel the joy, the peace, the confidence as if it's real now. When you do this consistently, your subconscious mind begins to erase the boundaries between now and future. Acknowledge them and then choose to act in spite of them. Act as if the doubt isn't real. Act as if you are already whole. Exei, the ripple effect. Your embodiment influences everything around you. When you live fully as your new self, you inspire others to do the same. Your environment shifts to reflect your new vibration. You become a beacon, drawing people, resources, and opportunities aligned with your transformation. I embody my highest self with confidence and grace. I move through the world with power, peace, and purpose. My reality reflects my vibration. I am whole, I am worthy, I am enough, and I welcome all blessings that flow to me now and always. You don't have to wait for the perfect day, the perfect job, or the perfect conditions. You have everything you need inside right now. Live from this place of fullness and certainty. Your new self is already here, waiting for you to show up. Step fully into who you are meant to be. Live it loud, live it proud, and watch as the universe aligns to your call.